Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about the Luna situation. So let's just dive in and let's talk about this. So this is getting recorded ahead of time and scheduled for later. So the prices on the screen are most likely going to change. But I really just wanted to address the entire Luna situation. I think that this entire situation itself, it's pretty rough. We have been seeing buyers come in and buy like dips and things like that. It's absolutely insane. I mean, people are like basically treating this as a casino. I'm not going to tell you guys to buy or not buy, whatever. You guys can do whatever you want. I'm just going to basically be talking to you guys about what I actually see happening around this entire situation. So let's just jump in and let's talk about a few things. So, first off, Kwon himself basically made his Twitter private for a little bit until we did see this tweet come out saying, while most of our efforts had been spent on Terra 2.0 and making sure the ecosystem developers can find a home after the DPEG incident, we will soon be more proactive in communicating with the press and getting the right information out there. Now, this is actually in regards to what we have been seeing getting pushed. We're actually going to be talking about it. And there has been, some developer, I would say development growth happening on Terra 2.0. As you guys do see, like there's like a lot of growth happening here. This is actually talking about Phoenix 1 and Terra Classic. Then, of course, there was a couple other retweets about like, packs going live and stuff like that. So, I mean, there's still developers working on Terra 2.0 and stuff. I mean, would I personally invest in this? No. But again, hey, I'm not going to take the risk. You guys can do what you want. I'm not going to tell you guys, hey, it's going to be a terrible, situation or anything like that. Like I said, you guys do what you want. There is staking and stuff happening like that. So, I mean, there is a lot of updates around it. It's interesting, but I just can't look past the trust factor here. I feel like all the trust has basically been, diminished since the beginning of this, as we have been seeing articles coming out around this entire situation. We're going to be talking about that. We also do see here there's a lot of misinformation and falsehood out there, and we promise to do our part in making sure as much of it is correct as possible. A few tips to help us engage. First, TFLs, official media inquiry channel is comms@terra.money. Many people have been messaging us in various languages, but it is not in English. We just wouldn't have the linguistics capability to respond. Second, there have been many hearsay reports about core developers offering expert interviews about Terra's mechanisms. Open source development is transparent, and I would urge media to, check if a single line of code by your experts have ever made it into, production. And of course, he continues to go on and on about this entire situation. But honestly, this is not what I'm really kind of focused on. What I'm focused on is the fact that like it seems like he's trying to save face for Terra 2.0. The issue here that I see is that we obviously seen a rug pull of Luna. It's no questions asked at this point. We basically got rug pulled if you were holding Luna. Now, about Luna 2.0, the issue that I see happening here is essentially a rug pull 2.0, if you will. The reason why I say this is because, when we look at things that have been happening around this entire incident, we have been seeing major investigations and we've been seeing major updates around this continuous, push of, basically media agenda around this entire subject. And we don't know what's, true or false. We're continuously seeing like a back and forth battle from Kwon and the media. But what we can, know for certain is the fact that one, there are buyers. Terra Classic holders increased 500% in a month as investors bet on, Luna Classic recovery. Again, if I was you guys, I would be doing your research and I would understand exactly what you're putting your money into. I think that these people are just gambling at this point. I mean, is it worth the gamble? It might be, maybe. But in my opinion, I just don't, see it having a strong bounce back. But that's just my opinion. Of course, you guys can do what you want. But as we have been seeing a large amount of updates around this specific topic, we just seen 2 days ago South Korea launches investigations into the company behind Luna crypto crash. Again, we are going to most likely continue to see press pushing this, argument around a major investigation and things like that. We don't know exactly what is going to, happen within these investigations, but we do see we are looking into the case as people filed complaints against the founders, accusing them of fraud and violations of financial regulations. And yeah, I mean, I think that a large amount of this, first off, I think it was doomed since the beginning in terms of an algorithmic stablecoin. We've talked about that. Basically, having no backing, it's going to, crash. It's going to crash and burn. But what I don't understand is, the major issues around this. And I think that a lot of people are also questioning this. Like, for example, we do see here, are we, getting attacked again? 40% in the past 24 hours, basically down, now around $2 per Luna. And this actually has been continuously kind of falling. We just recently seen a nice impulse off of the lows going back to the 8th. But it's nothing like too significant to really kind of say the least. And also, there's continuous unlocks that are most likely going to happen here as well, considering the fact that the supply, there's only 210 million out there compared to the 1 billion. And I know that a lot of this is actually getting airdropped over a certain amount of time. But also, we did see that the SEC is also investigating the $60 billion Terra implosion. So not only is South Korea investigating it, but also the U.S. SEC. And it's interesting, right? I think that this is going to continue to go on like this. I think that there's going to be a large amount of legal troubles coming, Terraform Labs and Do Kwon's way. And I think that this is going to continue to build, especially as we did see a lot of, class action lawsuits building up as well. I just don't see the situation getting any better. Again, the token isn't directly tied to Do Kwon around, for example, like lawsuits. So I don't think that, the token itself is going to get, sued at this current moment in time, but it could possibly lead to that, similar to what we did see with XRP, and we could most likely see delistings happening. But we've actually kind of been seeing the opposite lately around a lot of exchanges actually supporting this. We did see, Qcoin saying trade Luna Classic, Luna, and also OP, and you could basically win a share of 20,000 USDT. And I just think that this is weird. I mean, like, all of these major exchanges are supporting, Luna, Luna Classic, even Luna 2.0. We did see Luna 2.0, and you guys can see this yourself in terms of like the market value and the market list. All major exchanges are basically supporting Luna 2.0. It's insane to me. I just don't understand how this could have gotten any backing around, these tier one, exchanges. There's still a large amount of assets that have major legitimacy factors that are still not listed on a lot of these major exchanges. And here comes Luna 2.0 after the downfall and collapse of Luna getting listed on all major exchanges. It just doesn't make sense to me. And also, this is what I really wanted to talk to you guys about. So, as we kind of look at Luna 1.0, if you will, Luna Classic, and we look at Luna 2.0, this is why I could not trust anything to do with Do Kwon or this entire project. We see Do Kwon sent $80 million a month to secret wallets. This is interesting. We do see Terra's Do Kwon seems to be in more trouble as the U.S. SEC has reportedly got its hands on the money laundering activities of Do Kwon. The agency has also launched an investigation to inquire about Terra's sudden fall. Terra employees reportedly confirmed to the SEC that Do Kwon cashed out $80 million a month prior to the Luna and UST crash. This is exactly why I would not be putting my money into anything with Luna. Again, call me crazy, call me, playing into the FUD, but I just don't, I could not trust this situation at all. And we do see down here the U.S. SEC Commission recently, conducted a remote video survey of some of Terra's key designers and focused on inquiring about Terra's poor design structure. And this is also why, Do Kwon's basically saying, look to see if these people actually had any line of code or anything like that published, etc. I don't know. I mean, we have to really kind of see where this goes. But in my opinion, it does make sense. And when we talk about things happening around this, it is interesting the reports that are coming out around the situation. If this is true, right? Which I mean, if you are looking at like the wallets and things happening around these wallets, it is pretty clear. You could see this confirmed within the wallet structure. But if you are withdrawing $80 million a month this entire time, all the way up to the demise of the token, and then you launch yet another token 2.0, quickly after, it's major red flags to me. And a lot of people are looking at this and kind of comparing it to like Bernie Madoff. We do see breaking Terra employees reportedly confirmed to the SEC that Kwon cashed out $80 million a month prior to the Luna and UST crash. We do see down here in 2009, Bernie Madoff lost investors $60 billion. He was sentenced to 150 years in prison. In 2022, Kwon lost investors $60 billion after Luna collapsed to zero. He then created Luna 2.0. And although like this is a meme, it's kind of funny, it's a joke, whatever, it's the truth. Like, I just don't understand how these major exchanges can support something like this. And this comes after such a short amount of time, and there has been so much in terms of like allegations and sort of proof around this entire situation that basically investors got rug pulled, while even the VC investors were able to get out a large amount that they invested in. This is interesting to me, and I'm definitely going to be continuously watching this. I know it's been a while since I updated you guys on Luna, but it's just because like there's just no need to really kind of report on this, because you can clearly see what happened around this situation. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, though. If you guys did enjoy the video, you guys are more than welcome to hit that like button, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day, a beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.